Hey guys, Buff Game back today. We're doing a video, and I know you're thinking, Buff, awesome haircut. I did it myself. If anyone wants one for yourself, go ahead and contact me, and we can make that happen. But today I'm bringing you some Delta Force gameplay. This is from the channel uWaazy. So just really quick, let me get out of the full screen. Pause that. This is his channel here, uWaazy. I'll link it down below. He's got some early access videos, things like that. He's currently taking part in the beta for Delta Force. It appears to be the third beta going on right now. So really in this video here, I'll link his channel below. You guys can check out these videos, and we'll be going into more content. But definitely go ahead, give him a follow, like the video, comment, things like that, because he's given some really good content here. He was doing some live streams over the weekend too, and here he's just breaking down the hazard operations, which is the extraction mode that we'll be seeing here in Delta Force when it does come out later this year at some point. So it is going to be free to play on all consoles. They do have an LA playtest event going on. I believe it's the first playtest in the US coming up. But this is the hazard operations, the extraction mode. Now you can see here with the UI, first off, you have your operators or your specialists. Now they have their base look, but with the gear, you can completely customize how they look. So this operator or specialist, whatever you want to call them, we'll call them operators for the sake of this video, looks completely different at base than he does what you're seeing here. So this is with the customized gear. You can completely change how they look. What you can do here, this is the extraction mode. Again, think Escape from Tarkov, but semi more accessible and a little bit more arcadey. But they still have a lot of tactical shooter elements in it. So as far as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, and you'll see it when we get into the gameplay here, the helmets, the vests, the backpacks, the plate carrier, like all of that stuff is customizable. There's plenty of different options that are all, you have different armor, just like in Tarkov, and they're purchasable with the in-game currency that you get with this mode. So you can't just start out with the meta weapons, the meta gear. You need to pay money, in-game currency, not real money, in-game currency for each and every piece of gear, weapon, attachment, things like that. And we're going to see that here in this video. I'm just going to give the live commentary going through this. We'll maybe skip around a little bit. Now, while we're doing that, if you guys are interested, we do have the Buff Nerd merch that is available down below. I have a couple different options as well as some new ones coming here soon that I'm working on. Memberships are also live. If you guys are a member, you do get 25% off the price of the merchandise. So if you are a member, make sure you join up with the Discord. Get a hold of myself or the moderators. We'll give you guys that 25% off code. Now, here you can see the stash. Exactly like Tarkov. You can see there the weapons. You got the AK-12, the G3, the SIG 5.52s, P90s, HK-416s, M16. He's going to customize a 416 here. You see a CAR 15 in there too, AKS-74. But that's the base operator that he's using. So you can see that base operator with a nod, the quad nods, how different he looks compared to what we just saw. Now, the operators themselves do have specialist type abilities, which I'll go into in a different video. You'll be able to see some of the gameplay here when we get into it, or when uWaazy gets into it here. They're not overpowered from what I've seen. I've seen a good amount of gameplay there. You can see a QBZ-95 assault rifle, but that's the base operator. So the operator right there versus what he was just showing off with the plate carriers, that's the same operator. So you can see how different you can make them look, which is awesome. So you're not stuck with this kind of like Battlefield 2042s. You're not stuck with this clone of everybody. There's a lot of customization elements here with this extraction hazard operations mode, which is awesome. So you can see this guy here, one of his abilities is kind of the healing revive gun. Again, all this is in Chinese, and he's speaking in Chinese in the background, so I'm not 100% sure how it all works and stuff like that. There is a blog post that I'll get into in probably a future video to kind of break that down. But you can see we have the 5 operators here at base. They're not crazy overpowered at all from what I've seen. It seems to be much more grounded. Again, what this game is looking at, I think really what they did here is they looked at every game that's out there and been out there, and they said, how can we make the perfect first-person shooter from a modern semi-future military perspective, and what kind of modes does that entail? So they've gone with the extraction shooter mode over a Battle Royale, which I think is the right move. So really what they did with the whole game, from the single player of the Black Hawk Down, the hazard operations extraction mode, and the Havok Warfare for the standard multiplayer mode. Really what they did is they took elements from, you know, the old Delta Force, Battlefield, Medal of Honor, Escape from Tarkov, Call of Duty, um, every game that, you know, we've talked about on this channel and over on the scope. They've taken those elements and kind of combined them into what you would say almost like if you were building the perfect first person shooter. So that's what you get in here. You can see this particular operator has almost like a UAV bow, and the way that works is the direction you shoot it, it kind of highlights like a pulse UAV, so you can see through some of the objects only on the trajectory of the bolt, where it travels as to what's around. So you get kind of like a snapshot grenade, essentially, is what it is. Only the trajectory where the bow or the bolt goes. So that's cool. It's not overpowered right there. Let's go ahead really quick. I want to stop on the weapons fast. He just showed. So let's see here. I don't want to miss it. He did show some of the weapons here. So let me go ahead and just let's backtrack slightly because they did add some new weapons. I've talked about in some of the previous videos. There was 16 new weapons added from playtests 2 to playtest 3. So I covered that video on the channel, all weapons, and that was before they added these additional ones. Now we can't see all of them here. This is just the assault rifles, but you can see you have the AS Val, the HK416, you have the Spear, right? The MCX Spear, 2.6.8 by 51. Now some of the new weapons here are the Ash 12, right? The Ash 12, 12.7 by 55 millimeter, that Russian CQB 50 cal close quarters rifle. That's gonna be so fun. I'm so happy they added that weapon. So the Ash 12 is going to be a beast. You have the AUG A3 added there. Those are 2 new weapons. You have the M4A1. You have the AK-12. You know, insane imagining a game adding an AK-12 in 2024. Wild. Scar H. You have an AKM. You have the SIG 552. That's another new weapon. You have the QBZ 95 as a 95 longbow. I believe that's new. I can't remember. You have the G3, AKS 74, the CAR 15, and the M16. So those are the weapons, at least for the assault rifles. They added some other new ones. Again, 16 new ones. That's only 3 from what I can tell. Here you have, let's just look. He scrolled through that pretty quick. You have some other new weapons, and I'll do another video kind of going through all the other ones. But again, the SIG 552, the PP19 Vitiaz, I believe that was already there. The SMG 45. So like, these are a lot of weapons that we've seen. The Mini 14, covered that. The R93, this is a new sniper rifle that wasn't on the original list in the video that I did. Let's see here. M14 was there. The PKM is a new one, so that's a new LMG. P90 was there. The SR3, that's a new one. Again, that's firing the same caliber as the AS Val. It's firing the 9 by 39 millimeter, so that's going to be a good one. SVD is a new one also. SKS, I believe, was there. Maybe new. M40 was there. SV98, that's a new one, and the SV12, I believe, was also there. So those are some of the weapons that we can see. Now you can see there that's you have weapons, medical supplies, gear. You see the different helmets, vests, plate carriers, ammo, and intel is here on this hazard operations screen. Now, this is something that, again, that's going to differentiate it from the standard, like Call of Duty's DMZ. I think is one of the best references you can make as a recent installment to the extraction shooter genre. But this is much more like, almost like an accessible version, universally to Escape from Tarkov. So you have different ammo types, right? If you're a standard coming from the Call of Duty DMZ, Battle Royale, you need to know what caliber your weapon fires, and you need to make sure you have enough of that ammo. You can't just go around and pick up ammo from an ammo box. It needs to be the right caliber for your weapon. You need to make sure you're purchasing that from this store option here in order to do it. So you can see there here's some of the blueprint options for the M4, right? You have different blueprints that are going to be available. I've seen a couple of these, and I think he might show some at the end of the video, but again, nothing crazy here. These are all relatively grounded. These are going to be some of the ones that you unlock via gameplay. I'm sure there's going to be store options. You have that solid pink one. You have some nice grounded other ones there, but the solid pink one, again, that's like That's a good solid color. That's and actually a real. It's not like a pink uwu type color. That's actually a desert camo that blends it very well with desert operations. The SAS Americans have used it, but we'll see a lot of different grounded camos for sure, as well as the blueprint store options. Because it's a free to play game, you're gonna need to have those things that are purchasable. Now here's the gunsmith, right? So the HK 416. It looks like he has the base 416, and then he has a saved option here as well. You can see really quick all the customization slots that he's going to mess with here. So let's just pause it for a minute. You have the buttstock, the grip, the magazine. Now this is all going to be based on your pick rails, and you can put pick rails in different areas. So you have your underbarrel attachment. Here he has his muzzle. And now here you have Picatinny rails on the left, right, and top. And he's got, it looks like rail covers on the right-hand side. And something else, maybe a flashlight, or this is the barrel option that he has. So you can rail covers, you can put, if there's M-locks, you can put rails where the M-locks or the key mods are, and you can put your laser whatever side you want. You can customize this completely. You have the optic on the top pick available, and you can do a canted optic here also. This is just what's available here for the 416. Now again, if I add different barrels, different things like that on different weapons, more slots will open up. So just watch how he edits this. He's not gonna. So that's the saved option. So now you have a completely different 416. You can see here HK 416 new buttstock with the same magazine. You have a canted grip with the bipod. That's something we haven't been able to see in things like Call of Duty. Different barrel. You have a suppressor on there. It looks like. You have a LPVO optic on there, and you can see he's got rail covers here on the right-hand side and the left-hand side, and a different buttstock. So the customization right there, we'll do different videos on the full customization. You can see the slots that have opened up now. He can put a canted optic here, which personally I would want an RMR there. New buttstock. You can see there the different options that are now available. Rail covers you can put PEC 15s, laser light combos on any side you want. He's got the bipod, which is there, which is going to be deployable if you want. So the customization here is crazy. And again, this is just one weapon. I'll do a different video on all the customization with some different examples, especially after the upcoming playtest here soon. I'll probably do a couple different iterations of that video. But you can see here that the rail cover is 2,398 in-game currency, whatever that is. So the rail cover, you can swap that with a PEC 15, a laser light combo, flashlight, whatever you want. But again, you got to build these weapons up by in-game currency. So this is good. He's basically saying, okay, these are the attachments I need. Same as Tarkov. These are the attachments I don't have. I need to purchase them. Boom. There we go. So this is, again, so much more in-depth than Escape from Tarkov or anything that than DMZ. It's much more like Escape from Tarkov. Now, here's the stash. You have your stash, right? You have med supplies, surgery kits, different medicals. This one's a different healing item. Surgery, this is probably a different health item with, you can see it has like 220 at base. This one's got 97 left. Four surgeries at base with this. This is probably a heal all kit. You have different ammo types. You have 12 gauge, 5.7, 9x19, 7.62x51 NATO, 5.45 by 39. You have 5.56 by 45 NATO. Then you have here, we have like stims, injectables. You have pain pills, probably like some Advil, things like that, whatever that says. Again, it's all, this is in Chinese. You have pain pills, more med kits, different revive kits, items, things like that. And then you can see the stash. He's got the weapons in there, some magazines, AK-12 magazine, backpacks, different backpacks, plate carriers, 20 slots in this backpack, 8 slots in this rig. So it'll say it right outright how many slots are there. Now you can see there he's bringing in the 416, right? He needs the 5.56 by 45 ammo because that's what goes with that weapon, right? So right now he's got no ammo in the magazine. So that's same as Tarkov. There you go. He dragged it over the weapon. Now the magazine is loaded. He's ready to go. And now he needs to bring enough spare ammo. And again, you can see you have your stash and then you have your rig. So your rig here, his backpack has, I believe it's supposed to be 20 slots. So you can scroll down a little bit more of that. These are his pockets. His plate carrier has 60 health. Again, so whatever that is, like a tier, level 3 or 4 plates. 22 health on the helmet with 19 of 22. And then here's his secure items. So he's putting more ammo in there. If you die, you're going to bring this out no matter what, is essentially what that is. Now, again, a lot of it's in Chinese. You can see in the top right, he's got 763,000, just about 764,000 in-game currency. So he can pretty much build things. He's bringing in different meds, surgery kits, looks like revive stims, things like that. Again, I can't read the Chinese, unfortunately, but you can pretty much, if you've played Tarkov, you know what a lot of these are. And again, this is where I think they kind of are making the perfect game. So this is basically the Tarkov version. Everyone's been asking, when is Tarkov coming to console? This is what you're getting. So here's all the overview of the different maps, right? You can see all the different maps, very similar to Tarkov. You get the overview of the map with all the different sub-maps. So here it looks like this is supposed to be Zero Dam, which is the new map we covered the other day. Then there's a different map here. I don't know. This is the base map, I believe, that we already saw it initially. I can't remember what it is. So here you can see you've got your primary, your secondary, your two primaries slots, your secondary for your pistol, your knife, magazines, and your gear that you currently have on the right-hand side. So he's got helmet, plate carrier, his rig, backpack. Now, I don't know why it's showing the female operator, because I'm pretty sure he goes in as the male operator, but regardless, again, you can see the interface here is very straightforward. Bottom right, he's got his party, it looks like. This is so there you go. He's selecting the male operator. So you pretty much have your loadout gear. Here's the intro. Now, you'll see a little bit of lag here and there, but again, keep in mind, this is, it's actually still in an alpha state. It's not even in beta yet, but it will be coming out this year, and this is good sign, I think. You can see the map. You have a boss, different items pointed out there, missions, the blueprints which you're trying to acquire, different symbols there, plane crash sites, and then you have your exfils you can see there. So the opening cinematic is awesome, and I think this is kind of, for me personally, what DMZ should have been. And the fact that you have Tencent, Chinese developers coming in and just blowing AAA out of the water with what they're creating here, and it's free to play, is embarrassing to Call of Duty and Battlefield. So here we go, coming in. The 416, you can see the HUD. You have your mini-map on the top right. You have top left, you have your compass. Top of the screen, your squad. On the bottom right, your current quick accessible item, which here is his med pack, which on PC here his hotkey is S. And then you have, on the bottom right, you have your 416, 60 rounds. You have the magnification zoom level. You just went from a 1.6 to a 3 to a 7 on the LPVO. He's in full auto. He has 120 rounds in reserve. And then you have G is his quick sprint type item, which is going to be one of his specialist abilities. And whatever is for V there, that one next to the quick sprint, I'm not sure what that is. So again, this is the looting, extraction, hazard operations mode. So you need to loot things. You're going in with different missions, same as DMZ, except this you need to search containers, things like that. So we'll see how that plays out. We might fast forward through things a little bit here, depending on the length of the video. But again, this is, I kind of want to show it all here as we can. And then here's Nosy Butters with a nice ad of something. We'll go ahead and skip through that. Again, uWaazy channel link down below. He also has a second channel. Check those out. I'll put those in the description. You guys can follow those, and check out the videos. He's got a couple of videos he keeps uploading. He was doing live streams over the weekend. So I think we're going to be getting a lot more gameplay coming up here, especially with this LA Play event coming up here. But you can see the lean mechanic right there. So there is a lean mechanic in this game. He's leaning to the right-hand side there. That's huge. There is sliding in the game, but you can see the movement is definitely, at least in this mode. I haven't seen slide in this mode. I know it's in the Havok Warfare mode. I'm assuming it would be in this mode. But I haven't really seen much of it in this mode yet. But you can see the movement overall, even in the Havok Warfare mode, is a little bit more grounded, right? You're not zooming around, at least in the gameplay that we can see here. That may very well be doable in the game, but I haven't seen it in the hours and hours of gameplay that I've seen. Now, I don't know if you guys could hear that. I have the volume a little bit low so it doesn't go over my voice, but there's a train that just went by and you could hear the train. So I remember Call of Duty Warzone in DMZ made a huge deal that they have trains on the map. I mean, here you go. You have trains on the map here and a heck of a lot more into a game. So this, again, this is kind of where I think what we all hoped DMZ would be and what we hoped Battlefield's extraction mode would be, whatever it was called, and it just never lived up to it. And there you saw that quick sprint specialist ability. It's not overpowered. You're going maybe 5 feet just in a quick boost. So again, similar to like a slide cancel to a degree as far as movement speed goes. Not overpowered whatsoever. And again, look at the HK416 model, the LPVO. I love the fact that you have a canted grip with a bipod. That's a combo that we haven't seen available. I think the customization that's available here is amazing that they're able to do this, and AAA games can't do this. So this is pretty big for me personally. This is, again, if we were designing the perfect game, if I were designing the perfect game, this is exactly what I would be. And I remember the old episodes of The Scope and the old DMZ videos I did. We talked about, like, this is what DMZ should have been. This is what Battlefield's mode, extraction mode should have been. Now you can see here when he's looting this, it takes a second to search whatever you're looting. You drag it into your stash. Now, a lot of people may be saying, like, this isn't doable on controller or on mobile, but it is, because Blackout did it with Black Ops 4. So it's definitely doable. Shouldn't be an issue whatsoever to do it. Blackout did it very, very well. All you got to do is look at Blackout and how they refined that backpack looting system. And that's exactly what this is going to end up being, is similar to that. There will be quick hits to bring things over, same as it is on PC, same as it would be on mobile. So that the whole looting, putting things in your backpack, or reorganizing things should not be too big of a problem, honestly, because it's already been done. So I'm not too concerned with it. Here he has... this is, I believe, one of his abilities. It's a grenade launcher, but you can see here when he launches it, it's gonna... I believe it's giving him maybe some sort of... It's giving him some sort of UAV or directional or something. I'm not really sure what it did. It wasn't just a standard grenade launcher. It looked like an M320, but it was giving him some sort of intel. I believe, is what it was doing there. So, hard to really tell what specifically it was doing, because it's in Chinese, and again, we can't really read the map too well. But let's see where we are here. Let's fast forward just a little bit. There's going to be a nice engagement here, right here. So if we fast forward a little bit, they're going to get into a gunfight here. I think this is pretty good. This is, one of their buddies just died. Okay, you can see he's down, or dead. So that's where I believe he has a surgery kit selected now in the bottom left. He has stims for reviving teammates, I believe is what that is. I'm not sure if you can just revive your teammates. You may need to have revive stims. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit so you guys can hear the footstep audio. So the footstep audio is loud. Now this may be something that need to be tweaked or not, but I know, again, if you're a big fan of Modern Warfare 3, you're not gonna, there's footsteps. You're supposed to be able to hear where people are in an extraction shooter, so you're not gonna like it. And you need to know what kind of ammo your gun takes. Just, way too complicated for your typical Call of Duty player. But the environmental noise, the footstep audio, the gunshots, I think this is how extraction shooters need to be. You need to have footstep audio in these life or death, one life mode type things. These modes, extraction shooters specifically, like Tarkov, the audio has always been iffy. Now his other buddy just got downed after he killed somebody. You can hear a guy on his right hand side here, right below him, it sounds like. Now it's loud, but it should be loud. You should be able to hear if someone's stomping around. And you can see how quickly he went down there with the 416. So, again, there's no auto-healing. If you're hurt, you need to manually heal yourself, perform surgery, things like that. So, that guy's plate carrier could have been completely destroyed already. He could have had low health and not healed from this engagement. we don't really know. And again, because it's all in Chinese, it's hard to really tell. So that was a pretty cool engagement. Let's go ahead. We'll just turn this down slightly again. Anyway, the LPVO there, he's at 3 times magnification. So the fact that that's able to go from 1.5 or 1.6 to 3 to 7, I think that's really, really cool. So here, both of his buddies are dead. So he's going to try and get out of there, it looks like. So he's zipping, taking some zip lines. You have zips in certain areas. There's no... Again, being in extraction mode, it should be a little bit more grounded, so there's no, like, redeploy balloons or anything like that, which is good. They're really taking a lot of inspiration from Tarkov. Again, best elements from a lot of these games. Tarkov, Hunt Showdown, some things that worked in DMZ for sure. And then Tencent produced their mobile game, which was, again, was kind of like a Tarkov-esque game, was Arena Breakout. So there's a lot of elements from that in here. As well. Although Arena Breakout, I think, was criticized being a little bit too slow paced. I think this is a nice medium between Tarkov and Arena Breakout. So here, he's in full auto. And you can see, he's being smart in tap firing. I'm not sure what the recoil looks like if he's going to blast full auto, but there's the healing mechanic, right? So he's hurt. You can see his health bar on the bottom left. He needs to manually heal. So this is not, let me just reposition in Call of Duty Magical Heal. He needs to put a bandage on himself. He has a fracture, it looks like. So there's a countdown for the timeline. So this is going to really be important. You can see the damage he has on his body there. Again, same as Tarkov, but it's more accessible, I feel. It's a nice bridge between the hardcore element of Tarkov and the arcade element. It's kind of a nice in-between. So you can see, because he has a fracture, and he has some gunshot wounds, things like that, his vision's getting a little bit blurry, so he needs to take the pain pills. Now his vision's back to normal. The fractures, so I'm not sure. I think there's a weight system as well, from what I saw in some other gameplay. Some sort of weight system. Now, different AI... I think he dies here, actually. Different AI have different health. So that guy was pretty easy to kill. But some of the AI have, again, his pain pills wore off. He needs to take more. So this guy, this is a boss, right? This guy is juiced. So now he's in trouble here. He's got very low health. This is a boss that's pushing him, AI boss. He needs to heal. And his armor plates is probably pretty spent at this point. So his plate carrier is probably pretty close to done. I didn't see how much out of 60. He hit 0 out of 60. Yeah, so he has no armor right now. He's just on his base health. That's it. And yeah, he got killed easily by that boss, it looks like. So that's one little gameplay of the extraction mode, Hazard Operations. So you can see that raid lasted 13 minutes. That was the killing blow to the chest. He didn't have any armor left. It looks like that did 53 damage. You can see all the hits, the damage they did to the body. And, you know, after some of those initial engagements, his plates were done. So I don't know if you can replace plates during the match or not. Again, it's hard to tell because it is all in Chinese. So it's really hard to tell about that. But again, overall... I think it looks good. Now, again, I'm doing the face cam commentary just so I have some commentary and face cam over this gameplay. Just so we're not getting in trouble, because I mean, this is beta gameplay. It seems like it's okay. But again, not really sure 100%. I didn't want to risk anything. So there is a really, this is the, I'm trying to see if he showed it before he deployed. This is kind of like the hideout area here. There's a whole area where this is basically the hideout area where this is one of the rooms where you probably get intel. You kind of travel around this hideout area to get, you know, re-up on gear, weapons, attachments, things like that. So we'll show that in future videos for sure. So there's just one more thing I want to show you. uWaazy's channel, again, link down below. Go ahead and check that out. And then over here is his second channel, uWaazy Alterio, alternate. I'm guessing this is what this is. I'll link this down below also. Quick little intro snippet of the Havok Warfare gameplay. So this is using a really nice AKS-74 build. Again, you can see there he's got the 30 round mag, longer barrel, candid grip, bipod, got an EOTech. But again, this is the standard multiplayer mode, the Havok Warfare. So this is that mode. Again, looks very Battlefield. There's like a kill streak, score streak system straight out of Medal of Honor, it looks like. So that's what I'm saying is like they made basically the perfect game out of just an amalgamation of everything that we have kind of played over the years, and where those games have gone wrong, they pretty much are taking the good and eliminating the bad. So I mean, just wild gameplay there. uWaazy's channel, go ahead and check that out, guys. Let me know overall what you think of this. Like, I think this is gonna be a great game, and especially again just the customization for the operators, the weapon customization here is gonna be just amazing. Again, what you can do with these weapons, this is kind of what I expect from Call of Duty. A AAA studio can't do this, and Battlefield. So they're really, again, when you look at Call of Duty, like the Gunsmith, like Medal of Honor, Warfighter did all of that first. So this is basically taking Tarkov, Warfighter, Call of Duty, everything, and putting it into what we would expect from a game, and it's going to be free to play. So this is going to be great. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you think of Havok or Hazard Operations, the extractor mode here from Delta Force Hawk Ops. We'll have more gameplay going through it, but again, very promising title. This is #1 on my wish list right now. I'm ecstatic for this. It's going to be available on all platforms, free to play, PC, next-gen consoles, mobile, all cross-play also. So let me know your thoughts down below. Till next time, Buffner Gaming, out.